In studio, I am joined by Skai. She's a Zimbabwean, a singer, songwriter, and a poet whose sounds blend the soulful warmth of Afro jazz and the emotional depth of a neo soul. She is known for her heartfelt storytelling, and her music explores themes of love, loss, faith, and personal growth. Last year, 2024, she released her debut EP, Dawn, a project that introduced her intimate and reflective style to a wider audience. And she has performed both here in Zimbabwe and in South Africa, captivating listeners with her soothing voice and honest lyricism. And her artistry is a space for reflection, healing, and finding purpose. And she graces us with her presence this morning. Skai or Lolo, which one do you prefer?
Skai.
Skai. Good morning, and thank you for making time to join us this morning to talk about your journey as an artist, your creativity, and the work that you have been doing. I mean, if you were, I just went through that profile, but in your own words, I mean, how would you describe your own artistry?
I think I would describe myself as a storyteller. I love to tell stories. I love to fuse music and poetry to get that message across. But I guess my main purpose, I believe, is just to connect with the audience, to have them look at my stories and see themselves in my stories. That kind of relatability, that's really all I perform for.
And I know last year, obviously, you dropped that debut EP,
I did.
Dawn.
Yes.
Obviously, storytelling deeply entrenched in that, but in terms of maybe people understanding, engaging, interacting with the work, what has that been like in the time since?
It's been pretty good. I think people have received it well, received me well as well. I think a lot of people relate to Dawn especially because Dawn is really about the journey of love. From the first meetings to dating to feeling like you found your person, and then ultimately it ends with self-love because things happen in life, right? Ups and downs happen in marriage, and it just kind of tells that story up until you realize that you really are enough, and you are good on your own. So it's quite an interesting EP.
Listening to your music, obviously you can pick up those elements of Afro jazz, of a neo soul, and to some people those could seem like very niche genres. I mean, how does Skai stumble upon this? I mean, what were some of the influences that drew you towards that particular style of storytelling? If we're going to unpack it as that.
Yeah. What inspired me would be the greats like Etta James, Nina Simone, Lyra even. I think I just always resonated with that jazz, neo-soul type of music from an early age. But I really started doing it professionally when I was in high school. That's when I was really introduced to music by Mr. St. John. Shout out to him. That's when I started performing in a solo space. Even writing my first type of poetry was when I was in my teenage years. So I've always just kind of resonated to that kind of music.
And now you are a vessel for that kind of music.
Yeah.
I mean, you called yourself a storyteller, and I mean, you talked about some of the themes that you attack in your storytelling, love, loss. Why that? I mean, so many different things that an artist could sort of like zone in on.
Right.
Is this from personal experience? Is this something that you feel you could be an ambassador for? I mean, what's the ambassador of love, loss? I don't know. I mean,
you never know.
Yeah.
I think I'm just drawn to whatever happens, either in my life. It can be personal experiences, or it can be just human experiences as a whole. Stories I'm told, things I read about. The inspiration is really vast of what drives me to write what I write. But yeah, it's all about the human experience.
So it's not just about the music with you. I mean, when I asked you at the top of this sit down, you called yourself a storyteller.
Right.
There's also the poetry element. I understand, especially when you look at the style of music that you put out, whether it's neo soul or Afro jazz. It's sort of aligned with poetry. But outside of the music, do you do poetry as a standalone, or it's infused into the music?
It's always infused because I like to use different channels to get that message across. So I feel like my own niche, if you can call it, is to fuse that poetry with the music, to partner it with the music. I feel like it just reaches the audience better and tells the story better. Because I've noticed that a lot of people don't quite get poetry. It's like, what are you trying to say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you add it with music, it drives the story home.
It lands easier.
It lands easier, right?
And obviously, I mean, with your storytelling and with the themes that you sort of tackle in your work,
Yeah.
what are you hoping to, how are you hoping to connect with people who consume your work? I mean, what is the end game?
Really, the end game is just to connect. I want people to feel like they're not alone in their mess or in their beauty of life. So I just want to connect. I want people to feel relatable, to feel like someone is saying what they're thinking or someone is saying what they're feeling. So it's really about connection for me. Yeah.
Oh, and last year you put out that EP, Dawn, obviously well received. Looking forward, what can we expect? I know you have performed here and across the Limpopo and South Africa, but for fans of Skai, what can we expect? Any new work in the pipe works?
Yes.
Or, you know, can we expect to see you perform somewhere anytime
Right.
soon, especially as we head
Yes.
towards festive season?
Right. I've got a beautiful show coming up on the 5th of December. It's called Sky at Dusk. It will be happening at Alliance Francaise. And that's where I would really tell most of my stories in a very intimate and conversational type of space. So people should really look out for that one. And then I also have a couple of collaborations coming through as well. I will be working with Kuda Rice, a beautiful poet as well. Where there's an event that he's curating on the 12th of December. So there's a couple of things going on. And then for next year, a lot. I've got festivals lined up. I've got a new album as well, gospel this time, which is very new for me. But there's so many exciting things happening.
And
in
I
the
mean,
near future.
speaking about the work that's upcoming,
Yeah.
like whether it's the shows that you have, I think you talked about Alliance Francaise
Yes.
on the 5th,
Yes.
and the festivals that you have lined up. What goes into sort of like readying yourself as an artist for going out on stage, whether in an intimate setting or in a festival setting, and, you know, putting out that work, you know, the blood, your sweat, the tears,
Yes.
everything in between.
Ooh, a lot goes into that. Apart from the usual rehearsals with the band, getting to know the music and, you know, making sure you get into that space, to me, what works mostly is my quiet time with God. If I have my time to reflect and to actually ask him what is it that he's trying to get me to put in my messages, it's very, very important. I have to have that quiet time. I usually take a couple of days off to just kind of reflect and to talk to him and to just see if whatever it is that I'm putting out is within his will. So yeah, that's very important to me. But there's a lot that goes on. Ooh, a lot of sound, a lot of band rehearsals, so many things.
All
Yeah.
right. I mean, to somebody maybe who's just maybe coming across
Yeah.
Skai, the artist, this morning, what would you want to leave them with in terms of maybe the impact that you want to have, not just from this sit down, but through the work that you've been consistently doing and that you'll be doing in the future?
Okay. How would I want them to connect with me?
Yep.
I would hope that I am authentic enough to be a messenger, but I would ask that they would at least trust my artistry, trust my journey, and to just connect with me, you know? If it is someone that is trying to start out, no beginning is too small. Just to let them know that whatever you have, use that to start your journey. But hopefully we can connect. Hopefully if they come through to my shows, come through and listen to my music online, hopefully we can have that sort of connection. That's all I really need.
And in terms of like everybody's on social media these days, I can hardly keep up whether it's TikTok,
I know.
Instagram,
It's so
Facebook,
much.
X.
Yeah.
But for our viewers at home, they've been captivated by you. They want to interact, engage with you. They want to get more information about the concert on the 5th and the work that you'll be putting out. They want to listen to your music. How do we get in touch with you on the socials?
Oh, I am everywhere. As Skai Official. If you look on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, I'm there as well. Just look for Skai Official and you should find my pages.
Skai, thank you for joining us. I'm wishing you all the best on the 5th at Alliance Frontier
Thank
and
you very
everything
much.
that you're working towards.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the gospel album
Yes.
next year.
I'm looking forward to it.
We'll be keeping an ear out for that.